Here's our next restoration project. It seems to be a Gibson L48. Has a carved spruce top, mahogany back, mahogany sides, but a maple back, and a mahogany neck. There's no label visible, so I can't really be sure of the date that it was made. It's in pretty rough shape. It sounds like the top braces are okay, but the back is supposed to be braced. We can see a shadow in there of where one of the braces was supposed to be. It's not even in the guitar, and there's quite a waviness to the back. The back's already separating from the sides in a couple of places. So what we're going to do is take the back off and re-glue the braces, whatever's supposed to be in there, and then we will inevitably have to put new binding along the back side when we reattach. The heel looks in good shape. It's not separating from the body, so won't have to do a neck reset. That's good. But the owner of the guitar does want some cosmetic work done too, so there's going to be some refinishing going on to try to get some lacquer back onto the sides. And not sure yet what we're going to do about all the top scratches. But anyway, that's the next project. Got the bindings off in one piece, with no breaks. I'm impressed. The master binding remover. Okay, so now it's time to take the back off, and we might be able to reuse those bindings. Well, we'll see what happens. The back is freed up everywhere, so time to have a look inside. Ha. So what have we got there?
Well,
yeah,
so this is the back.
There are the loose braces.
Those are the two loose braces.
I think it's interesting how the kerfing has stayed attached to the back and really separated pretty easily from the sides.
Yep. Yeah, the only place it really remained was here where I used that saw to kind of
close to the heel block.
Right, to get close to the heel block.
So these top braces are pretty cool. Not something I've ever done, but
can you see it?
Yeah, that's good. You can see that they're curved so that this brace would conform to the curvature of the soundboard, and then they put just a thin spruce cap over the top to keep the brace intact once it's glued in place. Kind of neat. I was hoping to see a serial number or something inside of the guitar so we could get some sense of its age, but
it doesn't appear there's
the only thing I see is some pencil mark right here that says 2426, but that is certainly not a Gibson serial number, so I don't know what it is. Anyway, right there, 2426. On closer inspection, there's another number here. It's 7258-27. Not sure yet what that means, but it gives us something to go on. The center strip and the remaining braces that were only partially glued have been removed from the back, and now Jeff's working on taking off all of the kerfing that clung to the back and separated from the sides, and we'll just start with a clean slate. So the back has a dip right in the center where this center reinforcing seam was glued in for many years. we really can't understand why that strip was even put in there, because it's a one-piece back. Typically this strip that gets glued in is to reinforce the joint when you have a two-piece back, but on a one-piece back, I guess it was just done for show. But what has happened over the decades is that the wood that was glued in there shrunk, and when it shrunk, first it cracked right along the edge of that strip, and the other thing it did is as it contracted, it pulled the maple back itself, so there's a dip in the middle. So what we're going to do, since we've got the whole thing apart anyway and we have to put new braces on, it's interesting to see these braces where they were. This one isn't even parallel to this one. Anyway, what we're going to do is take a couple of pieces of pine and induce a convex curve in one and a concave curve in the other. And so the one with the convex curve will go on this side and the concave curve will go on the outside, and we're going to clamp it together. Dampen the wood first so it's a little more pliable, and clamp it together and leave it that way for a week or two, or however long it takes, till we get that curve pressed out of there. Okay, so he knocked off the edges of this to begin making the convex surface, and now he's got a radiused block with some sandpaper glued to it, and he'll use that to just sand the desired 20-foot radius into the entire length of the board. So now this piece is going to get the concave surface. We'll do some initial roughing out with a curved plane. And now the piece of wood that got the convex surface, we put some sandpaper on, and he's going to use that to make a matching surface on the other half. Oh, that's working pretty well.
Mm-hmm. So now we have the concaved and the convex surfaces aligned on either side of the guitar. Now I'm going to just put a little compressive load on this. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but these edges definitely rise up, which means that we're forcing that flattened spot into a curve, which is what we're looking to achieve.
Absolutely.
So we'll just get this wet and then put this back under compression again and see if we can't have a continuous curve instead of this flat spot in the middle.